Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya
His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrunda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Bhagavatam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome all today, this morning, Bhagavatam session at ISKCON Attapur. Please repeat behind me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayam Udiresh Nasta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtikim Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrunda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Welcome all to this Bhagavatam session once again today morning at ISKCON Attapur. So, presently the going on discussions are going on Canto 1, that is creation, and chapter 18, that Pariksit Maharaj was cursed by a Brahmana boy, and text 33 we are discussing the essence of that. Actually, Sringi, the Brahmana boy, comparing Maharaja Pariksit to crows and watchdogs, which is not right, which Prabhupada will explain, will discuss when you go inside. So let us recite the sloka today. Aho adharmaha palanam pivnam balibujam iva swamini agham yet Dasanam Dwarapanam Sunam Iva. So let us get into sloka, full sloka. Aho dharmaha palanam pivnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Aho adharmaha palanam vipnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Aho adharmaha palanam pivnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Hare Krishna. You can repeat you all. O adharmaha palanam pivnam bali bujamiha swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Aho adharmaha palanam vipnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Aho adharmaha palanam pivnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Aho adharmaha palanam pivnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Okay, please. Aho adharmaha palanam pivnam bali bujamiva swaminyagam yeddasanam dwarapanam sunamiva. Let us go to word translation by Srila Prabhupada. Aho, just look at adharmaha, irreligion, palanam, of rollers, pivnam, of one who is brought up, bali bujam, like the crows, iva, like swamini, unto the master, agam, sin, yet, what is, dasanam, of the servants, dwarapanam, keeping watch at the door, sunam, of the dogs, iva, like. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The Brahmana's son, Shringi said, oh, just look at the sins of the rollers who, like crows and watchdogs at the door, perpetrate sins against their masters, contrary to the principles governing servants. Shall we repeat? The Brahmana's son, Sringi said, oh, just look at the sins of the rulers who, like crows and watchdogs at the door, perpetrate sins against their masters, contrary to the principles governing servants. Purport. The Brahmanas are considered to be the head and brains of the social body, and the Kshatriyas are considered to be the arms of the social body. The arms are required to protect the body from all harm, but the arms must act according to the directions of the head and brain. That is a natural arrangement made by the supreme order, for it is confirmed in the Bhagavad Gita that 4 social orders are castes, namely the Brahmanas, the Kshatriyas, the Vaishyas and the Sudras, are set up according to quality and work done by them. Naturally, the son of a Brahmana has a good chance to become a Brahmana by the direction of his qualified father. As a son of a medical practitioner, has a very good chance to become a qualified medical practitioner. So the caste system is quite scientific. The king is certainly the watchdog of the state in the sense that he keeps vigilant eyes over the border of the state for its protection and defense. But to address him as a watchdog is a sign of a less cultured boy. Thus the downfall of the Brahminical powers began as they gave importance to birthright without culture. The downfall of the Brahmana caste began in the age of Kali. And since Brahmanas are the heads of the social order, all over the orders of society also began to deteriorate. This beginning of Brahminical deterioration was highly deplored by the father of Sringi, as we will find. The son must take advantage of the father's qualification and thus become a Brahmana or medical practitioner, and not otherwise. Without being qualified, one cannot become a Brahmana or medical practitioner, and that is the verdict of all scriptures and social orders. Here in Sringi, a qualified son of a great Brahmana attained the required Brahminical power both by birth and by training. But he was lacking in culture because he was an inexperienced boy. By the influence of Kali, the son of a Brahmana became puffed up with Brahminical power and thus wrongly compared Maharaja Pariksit to crows and watchdogs. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunlitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayyam Dadati Supadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadanyutam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radhakrishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanitamsya Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome all today this Bhagavatam session. So actually I am not qualified to give, but because of Prabhupada, Guru, and all Vaishnavas are, allowing me to sit here to give something, talk something. So, so most of time living in material life, was discussing sometimes with Radhakrishna Prabhu some time back, most of our knowledge, in the early days from movies, seeing lot of movies, Telugu movies. Of course, we used to see English and other language also, but mainly Telugu movies, so, but from there, trying to come here, trying to transcend, from material to, all, not even material, even much lower thing. So, I used to remember, so one movie, there was a dialogue, so let me, because my experience, let me say, so how to connect from there to here. I went to one place, my uncle's place, they have a theater, somewhere, Srikakulam near Vyasadeva. So I was watching one of the, I don't want to go more details, in one dialogue he says, he was a police officer, though it was a, freedom fighter, they want to try to attack, then he says, don't, do anything, because these Britishers, make me to sit in this seat, they gave me one lathi in my hand and put a hat on my head, they made me to sit here. So like that, Prabhupada, gave me, one, mala in my hand, put some tilak and made me to sit here, otherwise, there is no qualification, to speak Bhagavatam, such a, topmost, spiritual knowledge. So I really beg all your blessings so that this instrument will speak something today. Hare Krishna. So here, for last few days or few weeks, discussing on this subject, on this, where Pariksit Maharaj got a, curse by Brahmana by, of course, like earlier, because Pariksit Maharaj went for the hunting in the forest where he was alone. So we discussed so many things, why he could not carry water bottle, etc. So he was thirst. So he was tired, and he come to this hermitage, the ashram of Shaimika Rishi. And there he went inside and asked for water. And Shaimika Rishi, all know, he was in meditation, and he didn't notice him. So naturally, he could not answer him. He could not receive him, as one supposed to be received. So Pariksit Maharaj felt angry, being an emperor, he was not even received properly, by this Brahmana. So, and he also thought like that, is he really doing meditation, or he is acting, so not to receive me, no, to serve me, something like that. So we also discussed that, Prabhupada also writes, Pariksit Maharaj never gets angry, Of course, we have seen one case when on Kali he got angry, he wants to kill Kali. Otherwise, Pariksit Maharaj gets never angry. But in this situation, he gets angry. Then it is been considered that that is due to the arrangement of Supreme Lord. And he takes a dead snake, which is available nearby, and with a stick, he put it on the neck of this Shaimika Rishi as like a garland. Then, then after that, he left that place, goes back, and he repents after going to palace. How come I did this type of act, and to the Brahman? So such thing is not supposed to be done by me, being a king, who is supposed to protect everyone, including Brahmanas. So he felt like that, and then later, now the coming to this 2 days, this one, where the Shaimika Rishi's son, Shringi, along with other Brahmana boys, they were playing, because young boys, they were playing and came back to this ashram. Then they noticed Shringi, son of this Shaimika Rishi, and then he's telling, he gets angry by seeing that, by seeing that this someone put this snake as a garland in the neck of his father. Then he was telling to all his fellow friends, Brahmana boys, maybe all other boys, see, look at. So he's showing to him. So look at the snake. So many people we also trying to show something, trying to tell others, look at. By seeing that, what we'll see actually, because there are so many different situations. Different people think differently, by seeing them. Sometimes some people think by seeing a thread or something, rope as a snake, or sometimes they don't even notice a snake thinking it is a rope, like so many ways people can look at it, things, like so many things happened in the past. Like, there was a story or event, you don't know. Some doctors' conference is happening in big hotel. Big doctors, international doctors came to there, and there was one person was limping. Then doctors were started discussing, why he is limping. What is the reason for that limping? Generally this orthopedic says, no, he had some problem in his knee or somewhere, some joint. So that is why he is limping. Then neurosurgeon says, no, he had some neuro problem in his brain. Because of that problem, the signals are not going, so to walk properly. So he said, like, no, some other doctor says something, someone, some other, I don't know, skin doctor said, no, he had a problem of skin in his heel, so that is why he is not able to walk. So different doctors, discussing, differently, and so many, very, very, very great way, all medical terms, they are discussing. Then finally, then why you discuss all these things? Let us call him and ask what it is, So they called him, they asked him, sir, we were all discussing, why you are limping, so can you tell us why you are limping? No, that person says, actually I don't have any problem, my slipper got broke, so that is why I was just dragging my feet. So so it is how things happens, many things, so here we also see, and sometimes on the roads so many things happens, people start discussing, oh, some accident happened or something, fighting, so all sort of things, but there is no relation, there is no relation. But here the thing is, of course, the real thing, but don't know the real reason why. So we are all, this been Acharyas has mentioned, Prabhupada mentioned, it is the will of the Lord. This Pariksit Maharaj has put that snake as a garland. So he was showing there. Then, of course, later Prabhupada writes in purport, the Brahmanas are considered to be the head and brains of the social body, and Kshatriyas are, now we have read this many places. Then I have shown in a picture here, like order of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudras. It is been coming from Virat Roop, where Brahma, the head is their priests and teachers. The arms are Kshatriyas, warriors and rulers, and Vaishyas are farmers and traders, are all coming from belly, is been equated with like belly. So similarly, Sudras are being considered the laborers classes, which are the legs. So that is what Prabhupada writes everywhere. So this is the order in this society. So Brahmanas being the highest. So that is why this Shringi is thinking we are the highest people, how this Kshatriya, without respect, without considering we are the masters. So he is not acting as a right servant. The servant is supposed to act, like there should be faithful, they should be, properly act with their masters. So that is what the Shringi is thinking there, these Kshatriyas, they are not acting as, as a servants of Brahmanas, because this is the order being given. So we expect, so like this, all the stages of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudras. Here Shringi is puffed up, thinking that I am a Brahmana. So actually Brahmana has got qualities. like a few days back we had the class of Prabhu, what is his name? I forgot. Keshwananda Prabhu was mentioning definitions he has given. Who is Brahmana? Brahmajnana iti Brahmana. So he has mentioned, and also he has mentioned so many things. Who is Rishi? Who is Muni? Muni means, he says, he's a philosopher, right? And Rishi is a scientist. And Vice Sri Radha Madhav ki jai, Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maya ki jai, Gaur Nitai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So he was given the definitions. So here, Sringi is not acting as a Brahmana. He got puffed up. So he's become proud. So due to that, he is talking that. And he is saying, what he is saying, oh, just look at the sins of the rulers who like crows and watchdogs at the door. So he has used such word, crows and watchdogs. So crows and dogs, generally, they look for food from the garbage, They're waiting, I used to remember in our village, like, so many crows waiting when we will finish the, food, so that we'll put that plates, whatever, utensils outside. They will come and eat from there, they snatch the, small pieces from there. Even, see, when any functions are happening, you can see the crows are waiting, big groups. But nowadays, we don't see much crows, I don't know. In villages, you can still see. In city, we don't see. Because I used to remember, whenever we do this Shraddha ceremony, we look for crows. And after doing Shraddha, we take the plate of food offered, to Vishnu and take there, put for the forefathers, where this crows are supposed to come and take that, So because, that is how the food is being, transported to the forefathers. I forgot, there is a head of crows, is that one name was there. So he is the head. He sends the crows to take the food and, carries to forefathers. Not Yamaraj. The head of crows, there is a Aryama. Yeah, Aryama. He is the head of crows. So he sends crows to carry that food and goes to the forefathers. So that is how So yeah, the point what we are discussing, the crows, they are looking for nasty places to take the food, dustbins and etc. Similarly, the dogs, they try to take. You can see so many people try to even give food to dogs. They think they'll get a sukriti. So many people, Even I also used to have experience, in houses like, after food is left out food, the ladies go and put it outside to the dogs. My wife also used to tell, "Khao, jaldi khao, to jo bacha to I have to kutta ko dalna hai." So jaldi kha le, so that they will serve the dogs later, after serving the husbands. So yeah, anyway, that's the lighter side. So yeah, because Sringi is comparing Pariksit Maharaj with crows and dogs. And Prabhupada writes watchdogs. Actually, kings are supposed to be the watchdogs. But of course, that is not the right word to be used. He is explaining in his purport. So kings are they're supposed to watch what is happening, in the kingdom and the borders, protect the borders. So anything is happening, anything harmful things are happening, so they have to really watch. But the words used by Sringi is not the right word actually. Actually these things, different people will talk different things, because of consciousness, different things. If you see our real books, our Shastra books, such a wonderful knowledge, wonderful, high level words they use, If you read our Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, how our acharyas used such words, even if you want to, curse or even you want to criticize someone, they used to use very, high level words, Of course, we use high-level words. We want to curse someone. They don't understand. You have to use that the gali deta na. So that is why if you go to village, they talk very low level language, which we cannot hear sometimes. They will be talking that it is very common for them. They will be talking in their society. That their friends levels. They will be talking. Even sometimes we have seen during college times, I don't know what sort of languages we spoke there, depending upon the different, groups, they used to talk like that. That is how they used to communicate. That is naturally the consciousness level where they brought up, they took birth and brought up, such societies. The Prabhupada that is why writing here in this purport. So the Brahmana son, he has got opportunity to become real Brahmana, so that he can behave as per Brahminical way, Brahminical with using Brahminical qualities. But he had birth and he has the training also, but he has not have the society, culture. He didn't develop the culture, That is probably he must be living with such a friends, Even we also can see many of the parents, they don't want to send their children to wrong groups, the where students children will spoil. We always as I mentioned, we always can see in the schools or colleges there are different groups. There are different groups. Some groups form, they help each other in studies. They don't waste time going movies and all. But some groups, they are busy going to movies or some restaurants, bar and restaurants. They get into bad association. So that is what this association helps. So Prabhupada also always mentions that we devotees are trying to, practicing devotees, should have a good association. If you have bad association, we get into bad culture. So that is why we always protected by the help of associated devotees. So that is why we have to have, always try to, take the association of senior devotees so that we get cultured, proper culture. But in the material world, culture means, they say, like when Britishers came, they were telling Indians they are not cultured, In fact, our people are highly cultured. Our Vedic culture was there. But they have shown that our culture was not good. We were like a backward people. They are doing, all sorts of, they have shown those things, as backward sort of thing. And they have posed themselves, they are very advanced, they are advanced. And, just by speaking English, and if you compare really the cultures, what they have and what the Vedic cultures, no comparison, like no comparison. They were all, they used to, the dharma is supposed to be protected by following the 4 regulative principles, which Prabhupada has given. They are the one who break those principles and they say they are high culture, So it is totally opposite, the Vedic way and this materialistic life. So, but we are so lucky that Prabhupada has given us and made us to aware, like really what is supposed to have the culture, which is the right culture. Otherwise, if Prabhupada is not there, probably would have been, continuing with British culture, high education, corporate companies. The worst part happens, like the other day, Radhakrishna Prabhu was also mentioning, the people get spoiled in the corporate companies. They have such a things, what is called, outings, team buildings. The motive of that one make them, drink and dance, They have a lot of non-vegetarians, so many things, They because these Western people, they don't have a, working together, they have too much individuality, They want to bring them together and at least work on a project together, So individual, live sometime in individuality and work work as a project team, the purpose is for that. They need training, but not Indians. Indians have always were living in a joint family. We have cultured, joint family, everyone live together. But whereas Westerns, they don't live together, they are all separate. Even if you see in America and all Western countries, the old people living alone in a big house, big palace. One old lady, poor lady driving her own car and coming, So they depend on servants and all those things. Nobody is there. So they will have dogs at home, So companies, Prabhupada writes, So like, they have company of dogs, not the humans, So they think that is the great culture, themselves, the individuality. So okay, because of like that, these companies, they do like that. So we get into the, bad association there. So that is why even I also had similar experience working in corporates. If we even compare with Indian companies, corporate, a lot of difference, because poor Indian companies, they are still, because okay, live, as a simple life and all, so small salaries, okay, you can, because you don't have money. The Prabhu also that day mentioning the dangerous thing is if you have more money, so get into bad association, because next thing you go and, get all these things, go into restaurants, go into cinemas, bar and restaurants, because you have a lot of money. You don't know how to spend, real estates, all those things have come up because of that, these things. So we are at least, we are saved from that people, devotees who are practicing in ISKCON or come in contact with ISKCON. We don't waste money like that. So actually our Guru Maharaj, Bhakticharya Swami Maharaj says, you people should donate, because after coming to ISKCON, you are saving. You are not going to movies. You are not going to restaurants, so you are not going to bar. You are saving a lot of money. So you should give, good donations to the temple, because you are saving. Temple is teaching you how to save money. Not that to go to finance, training centers, they teach you how to make more money and all. If you make more money, you spend more money and, you become, bad association, you will get more sins. Rather than you should know how to save money and, you live properly, following four regulative principles, so that you don't make sins, That is the right thing. Rather than going and paying a lot of money and learning, so many things. So 7 habits of highly successful people and all those things, so a lot of, costly books buying and, read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, we get better training, So actually really, we are really lucky, getting proper training through Vedic way. So, the point is like here, for such a thing, because why this type of things happens, this Shringi is cursing, Shringi is talking like that, because one is because of proud of our position, so that is coming due to not following our Varnashram Dharma. In Varnashram Dharma, everyone realizes what his position is. So accordingly, he will serve his master. If you think due to our proudness, I am a controller, you will forget the Supreme Lord. Then we will work whimsically on our own, So that is the root cause, because that time we will forgetting the Lord, because we are forgetting we are the servant of Lord, So so we discussed the order of this one, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Sudra. After that, King Nabusha has 6 sons. The eldest son was Yati, and the second son was Yayati. So Yati is supposed to become a ruler. So he was, that time he felt, when I become a king, I become a proud, So I don't want to take the the ruling the kingdom. So I don't want to become king. So he left. He doesn't want to, because he felt, if he become a king, he may become proud, and so he didn't. Then Yayati became. So then we'll continue that even Pariksit Maharaj is a king, is a great king, but he didn't get proud and all, because he had the opportunity to listen this Bhagavatam, Shravanam for 7 days from Sukadeva Goswami, So even Prabhupada writes, becoming king or not becoming is not the problem. How you have been connected with Supreme Lord, and not to think that you are the controller. The moment if you get this controlling thing, then we will forget the Supreme Lord. So then we are talking about Yayati. Yayati married 2 girls. One is Sarmishta, another is Devayani. So Devayani is the daughter of Shukracharya, Brahmana. Shukracharya is a Brahmana. And Sarmishta is the daughter of Kshatriya's king's daughter. So when they went to along with other friends, they went around in the place Viharayatra, what you call. So they had to come across a pond, big pond, reservoir. So they thought, let us take a bath there, dip there. So those Vedic times, the women take clothes and they went into the reservoir to take bath. Suddenly there, Shivaji along with Parvati, they came. Then they immediately came out in search of their clothes, and hurriedly they wear their clothes. In that process, Sarmishta took the clothes of Devayani and she wore that. Then later, Devayani was chastising Sarmishta, her friend. Like here, Shringi is chastising. So in Bhagavatam, it is there. I will read those things in 9:18. Nine, 18, 11 and 14, yeah. So Devayani is telling, oh, just see the activities of this servant maid, Sarmishta, disregarding all etiquettes, she has put on my dress, just like a dog snatching clarified butter meant for use in a sacrifice. So same words, like here Shringi is using, the crows and dogs. So here also Devayani using the same words, So it's same words like dog. They are the only worshipable objects within this world. They are offered prayers and worshipped even by the great demigods, the directors of the various planets, and even by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The Super Soul, the Supreme Purifier, the husband of the Goddess of Fortune. And we are even more respectable because we are in the dynasty of Bhrigu. Yet although this woman's father, being among the demons, is our disciple, she has put on my dress exactly like a Sudra taking charge of Vedic knowledge. Here another point also coming, Bhrigu Maharshi, in their group they were discussing, let us find out who is the real Supreme Lord. You all know the story that then they sent Bhrigu to check, who is the real Supreme Lord. So let us not go too many details, like he went to Brahma, he went to Shiva, then after that he went to Vishnu, then he went and kicked the chest of Vishnu, where Lakshmi is residing. So he kicks there, you know. So with that, of course, with this act, no, the present day Brahmanas think that Bhrigu, you know, is from our society. So we can able to hit the Supreme Lord Vishnu. So they think like that, you know, wrong way, you know. The Bhrigu hitting is one thing, you know. The remain Brahmin society thinking, yeah, so we are so great, you know, because Bhrigu went and hit the Vishnu, you know. Vishnu didn't do anything to him. Of course, his, you know, press is the third eye from which is available in his this, and because of that eye only he was proud. So it has been, you know, is removed that proud. So that is okay. But the Prabhupada writes, you know, the worst thing is like these Brahmanas thinking like that. We are so great, and you know, we can even hit the, you know, Supreme Lord. So that is a wrong way, you know, wrong way of thinking, you know, the act, you know. So this is how the things are happening, because Brahmanas thinking that I am the, I mean, forgetting the Supreme Lord. You know, we are supposed to serve the Supreme Lord. So that way only Shringi is, you know, criticizing here Pariksit Maharaj. So we can discuss a lot of things, but I'm not prepared that much. So thank you all very much for speaking something on this subject matter, which is very high level. So please bless me. I will try to learn more things, you know. So if you have anything, you know, some discussion, seniors can answer, or can let us see something on this topic.
Like in the purport it is explained. Can you go for the next next paragraph, Prabhu? Yeah. Herein Shringi, a qualified son of a great Brahmana, attained the required Brahminical power both by birth and training. So by birth he is qualified, and in addition he got training also. But how come he is lacking in culture? It is said he is an inexperienced boy. See, if someone is having good birth, definitely it is a symptom of good samskar in his previous birth. And in addition to that, he is trained. So if he is trained, definitely he should have a good culture. How come he is lacking in culture? That's I just want to...
Yeah, Prabhupada is writing here in this same paragraph, he is not lacking in culture because he was an inexperienced boy. No, he is not having experience. So he has got a theoretical knowledge. So he didn't have experience, you know, behaving with so he was going around the maybe some other boys where he was not utilizing his training, you know, not utilizing training. So that's what I feel. So that's what even Prabhu was writing. So he didn't have experience, practical experience in following, you know, the Brahminical things, like just simply learn theoretical. That's what I feel. If maybe anybody can add, maybe. Sachin Prabhu, Radhakant Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. I also have the same question, but maybe we can just brainstorm on this.
Yeah.
Birth, Brahminical, he attained the required Brahminical power both by birth and by training. So, required Brahminical power, Prabhupada is writing here. Brahminical power is, what is a Brahminical power? Patan, Patan, Yajan, Yajan, Dana, Patigraha. You learn, read the scriptures, teach the scriptures, do worship, teach the worship, do yagnas, teach the yagnas, take charities and give charities. So this he has attained by birth because being taken birth as a son of the Rishi, Shamik Rishi, and training. Maybe he has gone to Gurukul, or he is in still maybe in the Gurukul, etc. It is lacking in the culture. Culture is something where you deal with a person of different levels. You deal with someone who is a Brahmana, or deal with someone who is a Kshatriya, who is a Vaishya, who is a Shudra, of all the different classes of people. So maybe that culture he is lacking because he was an inexperienced boy. So being a small boy, he is not much experienced in that. Generally small boys are not much experienced. He is maybe just either going to complete his studies or maybe still in Gurukul, which he has attained that Brahmanical power, being in Gurukul also, but it is said it is inexperienced. That experience of respecting a person, or the experience of understanding who is who is a king, because in the purport Prabhupada writes, king is supposed to be, king is the one who is like an arm protecting the society. So, so that understanding the position of a king, how great is the position of a king, and as it is culture is more of respecting a person, isn't it? Culture is something like, it is different from what you learn practically. You also said the same answer, theoretical. So this is something, culture is more of action, in action. Now sometimes Brahmanas also, they do very nice puja and all, but they are very angry. Sometimes they they scold. They do this Satyanarayan Swami Vrata or this Vrata, but they become very angry in between. Yeah, you ask anything, so don't ask anything, sit like this, do like this. They become very angry. Yeah, many now. So you see, you go to Vrindavan or any place, they ask some donation or something like that. And if you speak here and there, and they become very angry. So they are Brahmanas, they are worshipping, but at the same time, they have a different approach towards the people. So in that way, we can understand, even though Brahmanical qualities have obtained because of lack of experience, of lack of culture, because of being inexperienced, not trained fully in that, or maybe training is given, but he has not learned it fully. So that could be the reason. And that is how Prabhupada is writing, that is the starting of the downfall of Brahmanical culture, Brahmanas. You told one pastime of Bhrigumuni going to Vishnu and all. So there, because he kicked Vishnu at the chest of Lord Vishnu is the residence of Lakshmi Devi. So Lakshmi Devi felt very, very angry and very upset with that. So she left Vaikuntha. And because she became very angry and upset with this act, so Brahmanas became bereft of money. So Brahmanas, poor. Why the Brahmanas were poor? This is the reason. That no mercy of Lakshmi. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. I think point. Actually, Prabhupada also, maybe other example also writes regarding doctors. Like if you take in a birth in a doctor's family, so officially you will not become doctor. You have to go to the college, you study there, then you have to house surgeon and all that. Maybe similarly what Prabhu said, maybe that helps us to understand the other parts properly. Or even sometimes you study doctor and you are not working as a doctor. You became पान वाला बन गया, वो बन गया तो उससे कुछ फायदा नहीं. अब डॉक्टर पढ़ा लेकिन पान वाला बन गया तो Prabhupada writes very angrily for his purport, So we have to work as a doctor. So many doctors, they study, they don't practice. There are many, just they try to do other businesses. Maybe there, because of that, they are not practicing, as Prabhu already said, so didn't have practical experience. Anything else, maybe? Prabhu? Take a question, Prabhu. Your bank. Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrunda ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you all. Hare Krishna. Please bless me. Continue.